Kev's just dropped off some cattle feed, so he's going back along right now with an empty trailer. So we'll just ready up all the seed bags and fert bags, get them all collected into the one place. Just tidy things up a little bit. Clearing some space because a borehole's going in here. And Davy Beats has just arrived to drill it. I didn't quite twig that he was arriving today. Thankfully I was bringing this forklift back to refuel because there's no forklifts at this yard at this moment. That's the skip for him. So whatever gubbins comes out the hole will end up in there. This is the second borehole Davy Beats is putting in for us. He's done quite a few for my uncles in Fife. But irrigation for veg ground uses a lot more volume than we're needing. Here it comes. Just drives it with a wee remote control. Right on the limit with the forklift here. There's quite a lot of water in there and mud, so it's heavy. We're getting flashed out. Right, David's just getting reversed in now. It's going to plonk in right about there roughly. He's going to reverse his machine in there, get his uprights, and then start drilling right there. There's a water pipe that runs that direction, so we have to avoid that, hopefully. But if we drill right next to the water pipe, it gives us a water pipe just to tie into with the borehole water. And then plumb it up to pressure, and that'll run us the shop there behind me and the farm. We'll need to get it all tested to make sure it's fit for the shop. Hopefully it is, and hopefully we find water first time. He was keen to get it reversed in there, so it's a bit of a tight fit, but he'll manage. Just need to get it square now, and then we're good to go. These are the steel sleeves, so they get put in the ground into any kind of topsoil and subsoil, and once you get into rock you don't need a sleeve. And we're off to the races. So there's a core through the middle that's drilling, and at the same time it's hammering that sleeve down. And they'll sleeve it down until they get to bedrock, and then the rock acts as the sleeve. So they won't need all of these, I wouldn't think. Last time I think they used 3, maybe 4 of them, I don't know. We invert a welder there because they weld all these sleeves together as they go, so they'll take it down to there, get the next one up in the upright, whatever they call it, the mast, and then they weld the 2 seams together and then start rattling the next sleeve down. We're in to fix that bit of the roof up there. That bit of tin that flaps in the wind. Anyway, that's a job for another day. Walking down van, needing to go to the garage, so we're going to push it, hopefully, up these ramps. Wish us luck. Trailer stopped you. Like a glove. Stopped. The trailer stopped him. Oh, right, wasn't actually going to be really filming much today, but then Davy Beats arrived and now we're filming today. No calves through the night last night, so we're sitting at 8 calves from 7 cows. We've had 2 sets of twins so far, and all going fairly well so far. We've had 1 death from one of a set of twins, so we're sitting positive on numbers. 95 went to the bull, 88 to calf, plus we bought 2 in. I mean 2 beasts for tomorrow for the abattoir, so we're going to take this whole lot out and weigh them. Session done. Quite a lot of big weights in there. Average daily gain of 2.4 kilos, which is a lot of weight gain, but the only thing is there is 10 animals in there that we bought from the market and we didn't weigh them till 5 or 7 days later, so they did kind of drop off a wee bit, and then they've made a charge since we weighed them, so I reckon that is skewing that number up a little bit. Anyway, job done. End session. Mix it up. Sync data. Yes, please. Come on, Doug, bring it here. No, get it. Get it. Betty. Get it. That's it. Here. Good girl, good girl. That's it. It's about time these pigeons get a bit of instant lead poisoning again, so nights are drawing out a wee bit. Keen to get on top of the pigeons because there's a lot of them. Job done. Oh, there's a pigeon in the shed. I'm not going to let the shotgun off in here, am I? Good morning. Next stop, Scottish Agronomy AGM. I am running late, as per flipping usual. Red light. You can tell it's a farm event. Well, this vehicle's got his lights on. Let someone know. GEZ.
I suppose I've probably been doing a lot of management intervention over the last 10 years that absolutely is now going to be unrecognised, and I suppose
well, in many of the major exporting countries, isn't it anyway, is they're having difficulty supply at the rate it was going at. New Zealand got their own environmental legislation. Ireland have. The US is short on cattle at the moment, so...
Job done. Get my name tag off. Oh, hoping I've not been robbed. Tell you what, that's the first actually Scottish Agronomy AGM I've been to. Where's my key? Had 4 speakers, all very, very interesting. Number 1, Jenny Brunton, so she works for BAB, which are a group, there's 4 of them basically that represent Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales. Spoke quite a bit about the chemicals and how we are going to see less and less being registered in the UK. Since Brexit, we need separate registration for chemicals, and for the volume we consume or use for particularly niche products, the registration process is not worth the cost outside of Europe. So that's already becoming tricky and going to become more tricky with products disappearing from the UK shelves that will be viable to use across the water. Then there was Simon Best. You might recognise the name from being an Irish rugby player along with his brother Rory Best. Now at home on the family farm, quite a keen focus on carbon. Between him and another 6 other farmers, they teamed up, got funds together, spent basically 300,000 doing really detailed or accurate carbon analysis on all those farms, because they found the carbon calculators at the moment are just not very accurate. They're not taking everything into account, like sequestration from grassland and whatnot on your farm, and hedgerows, trees, the root systems of all these things, soil matter. So between them they went down that route and have produced some accurate results, and now they are in the process, and they have been in the process of making changes on their farm to try and benefit that number they've come out with on the net carbon production. Again, really good. Number 3 was Andrew Meredith, who is a Welshman, and he is the editor of the Farmers Weekly. Really, really well-informed, knowledgeable guy. I felt like I knew nothing when he was speaking. Kind of person who just knows a lot about a lot, soaks up loads of info, and can just articulate everything together, and just really like well-rounded approach to stuff. I was getting asked quite a lot of questions about APR, agricultural property relief, and how farmers should be approaching it now, and think it'll be overturned, and just very sensible, knowledgeable answers. Really interesting guy, actually. Very, like, I don't know how old he is, but he's the youngest ever editor of the Farmers Weekly. He got appointed in 2020 or 2021. Really interesting. Then we had an organic grower, John Posey from down south, who actually, you think, why would an organic grower who doesn't spray chemicals or use synthetic fertilizers speak to an agronomy group up in Scotland? But actually it was very interesting. The way Jenny Brunton spoke about how chemicals are going to be less chance of being registered in the UK versus Europe, and we're going to lose a lot of chemicals. We need to look at ways of approaching soil health and rotation in ways that we can manage weeds and disease. rather than necessarily walking into the chemical store and whipping out some chemicals. And that's where John Posey came in, and he was offering the kind of, or just showing how he did it. He wasn't trying to convert everyone to being organic. He was just saying what he's done. He said, yeah, I've got a lot of weeds, but he's got nothing out of control. Really long rotation, so the same crop doesn't go back into the field for, I think it was like, could be almost 10 years, maybe not quite, maybe 8 to 10 years. And that's helping him with his weed control. He's got quite a few specialist bits of kits and always experimenting, and he's quite open to say this bit didn't work. He's got sheep that he's bought in 10 years ago that he doesn't actually think's working, and he's dithering as to whether he puts them all off. So anyway, Scottish agronomy done. It is now like 4 o'clock. I have got nothing done today, but learnt a lot and come away with ideas and just things like that. Just spur you on a bit, doesn't it? It gets kind of a bit of a zing in your belly, like, well, these 4 speakers have really got on well, they're really progressive, like, people. Gets you fired up. Anyway, if you're not a part of Scottish agronomy, I would recommend it. Davy Beats has been in today doing all the drilling. Yesterday he just sleeved the first 3 sleeves, and then today he did the rest of the drilling. So that is Borehole in. Oh, I don't have a clue what depth he went to in the end, but you can see water. You can't. I better not drop my phone, but that's shiny water down there. So need to run it for a couple of weeks, freshen it up, get any rubbish out of it that might be out of it, then test it. Then if it's good to go, that means we're happy days to plumb in the whole farm and the farm shop. And now we have 2 supplies, so that we are good for consistency of water, because that's something we currently don't have. It's not for volume, don't need the volume, it's the consistency, because the mains drops bad line near us and it cracks all the time, breaks. Anyway, another successful borehole by Davy Beats, assuming it tests all fine. There's his phone number. There you go. You want a borehole? He's your man. What a horrible grey day. The geese are back. Yeah, you pesky geese. I'll scare them to the neighbour, and the neighbour can scare them back.